Okay, so this is Artificial Winter by Rusted Root. First, I want to talk about the tuning. The tuning is going to be, that I'm using, is going to be called Dad-Gad tuning. The strings from the thickest to the thinnest is going to be D, A, D, G, A, D. So it's a lot like standard tuning, except you're going to be tuning the low E down to a D, one full step. And you're also going to tune the first two strings, the two thinnest strings, each one of those also down a whole step. This particular song, it doesn't use the first three strings very often. So you could also play this one in dropped D if you wanted to. So we're going to start with the first riff of the song. It's used as the intro and also during the verses. And it's really simple. It's going to be all on the 10th fret and the 12th fret using strings 6, 5, and 4. Okay, so it's going to be playing in eighth notes, picking each note as I go. So check it out. Here we go. So on each string, I'm basically playing fret 10 and then going to 12. And in between that, I'm plucking the low D string 2 times in between each one. So I'm starting on the 5th string, going to the 4th string, back to the 5th string, and then up to the 6th string. Here it is again, slow. Okay, so that's going to be used throughout the song. I'm going to play it over and over during the song for most of the verses. There is a variation on that riff that you're going to use right before you go into the next part, which you could think of as the chorus. And that part is going to include some power chords on the 12th fret as well as the 10th fret. That's with the root of the power chord being on the 5th string and taking your 3rd finger and going 2 frets up and holding down 2 strings to get a power chord, holding down the 4th and the 3rd string together. So the variation on that first riff is on the 3rd time, instead of going the 3rd time you go from 10 to 12, so you go 10 to 12 on the 5th string, 10 to 12 on the 4th string. Then when you come back to the 5th string, instead of going 10 to 12, you're going to go 10, 9. So, and then finish up with 10, 12 on the 6th string. So that's going to sound like this. So you see that I slid my 1st finger down 1 fret to the 9th fret. Let me do that again. All right, so you're only going to do that once. Right after that, you're going to go into this power chord on the 12th fret. And you're going to strum it a little bit, and then you're going to come back to the 10th fret and play it the same way. So that's going to be like this. And then you would go back into the variation of that riff and do it again. So I'm just going to loop that section a couple times so you can hear it. I think you would play it twice or so during the song. Okay, so those are the two main riffs you're going to play. After that, you're going to do, well, there's a solo, and right before the solo, there's going to be one more variation on the first riff, and that's going to be like this. Sliding down the frets down to the 5th fret. You're going to go 10, 9, 7, 5. So again, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 9, 7, 5. In between that 7 and the 5, you're going to hit the open string. The open 6th string. Okay, one more time slow on that variation. You're just going to do this variation one time right before the solo starts. Okay, so that brings us to the solo part. Solo is going to use what we call drone or drones, and that means to have 2 notes, and the lower note is going to be played the entire time. No matter what note you change of the scale, you're going to continue playing the lowest note along with it. So it's 2 notes together the whole time. So right there I'm playing 11, 12, 14. But I'm also hitting the open 4th string with every single note that I'm playing. And we call that a drone, okay? Because the low open string is droning throughout. So you're going to play on the solo. You're going to start here on the 11th fret of the 3rd string. And you're going to play 11, 12, 14, and you're going to play 14 a bunch of times. So it's going to sound like this. Alright, that's the first part. You're going to go 11, 12, 14, 14, 14. Then you're going to strum down, up, down on 14 3 times. And then back down to 12 and 11. That's the first section. Then you're going to go up to the 15th fret and you're going to play that note 4 times. Then back down to the 14th fret twice. Then down, up, down on the 12th fret and the 11th fret. Okay. So let's put those 2 parts together. Okay. Now the third part is going to start on the 12th fret with your 2nd finger. You're just hitting the 12th fret one time and then the 14th fret 4 times. Then you're going to be descending down the neck here from the 12th fret. You're going to play down, up, down on each one of these notes. So you're going 12, 11, 9, 7. Okay. So let's put that all together, what we have from the beginning of that solo. Okay, that's about half the solo so far, still got a little ways to go. The next part gets repeated 2 times, and you're going to start here on the 11th fret. You're going to go 11, 12, 14, and then 11, 12, 15. And right after that 15, you're going to take a little short pause and then go to the 14th fret, and then repeat that section 2 times. So like this. 2 times in a row. One more time. Also, during the solo section, it's good to keep a up and down motion with your picking hand in 16th notes, and that'll just keep the motion of the solo going, but you're going to want to keep the notes in the same rhythm, so that would sound more like this. Because, you know, if you notice this guy's strumming, he usually is strumming up and down rapidly throughout most of the song, so you want to try to incorporate that if possible. So after you do that twice, you're going to play 11, 12, 14, then 11, 12, and then 15 6 times in a row. So 11, 12, 14, 11, 12, and then down, up, down, up, down, up on 15. Down, up, down, up, down, up 3 times. So like that. Just do that once. And then this is the last part of the solo. You're going to hit 15 one more time. And then down, up, down on 14, 12, and then 11 down to 9 and 7. So that's going to sound like this. The last 2 notes. You play down, up on 11, and then 9, 7, one at a time. So something like that. Alright, so let me play the entire solo section slowly for you, all together, all the different parts, and just try to follow along, okay? Okay, that was the whole solo. After that, you have another riff here. It's kind of similar. It's going to use that same drone technique. You're going to hit the 7th fret of the 3rd string and slide down. And then you're going to play the 3rd fret twice, 2nd fret once, and then back to the 3rd fret twice. So 7. times. Right after that, it's going to go into a part where there's going to be some vocal chanting. And during that section, you're going to use the same drone type chords, but you're just going to strum up and down on those for one measure, starting on the 2nd fret, go to the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, and then you're going to play a little riff that's going to go in triplets. You're going to play 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, open, like that. All the frets are on the 3rd string, and you're just playing the open 4th string along with it. So that would sound like this. All right, you just do that 2 times. So let me play that again for you a little bit slower. 3rd fret, 5th fret, then going down. Okay. So that's during the part where they're chanting. You can hear the vocals chanting there. So that is all the parts of the song. You can put them together and play the whole song. At the very last riff of the song is going to be the drone riff with the slide from the 7th fret. So you're gonna for the ending of the song, you're gonna play that one a couple of times. And for the last chord that you're going to play at the very end of the song, you're going to put 2 fingers down, one on the 3rd string, 7th fret, and then take your 1st finger and put it here on the 5th fret of the 1st string. Make sure you're not touching the 2nd string. You want to have that ring out open, and you can strum all 6 strings together to finish the song with this nice big chord, okay? So that would be like this. Okay, and you can finish off the song just like that. So that's the whole song. Okay, thank you very much. Again, that was Artificial Winter by Rusted Root.